Hey guys, it's day 13 of our Rocket to Diamond training, which means we have this training and one more training and we're done, which is crazy, but super exciting. So today I wanted to talk to you about empowerment. We're going to talk about how to empower others to their potential. So as coaches, we see the potential in our downline. Like you just see where your coaches are going. Like you see it. And we know what they can accomplish, but not always do they know that. Think back to when you first started. Did you know your potential, or did someone point it out to you? For others to know what they're capable of, you have to empower them. So first you need to evaluate them. And now this doesn't mean judge them. It means sit down and genuinely evaluate them. Where are they at in the business? Are they a brand new coach who just signed up and doesn't know anything about the business yet? Or are they a discount coach who's decided they want to build? Or are they a builder coach on your team already? Where are they at? Evaluating them does a few things. It helps you see their potential. So you're going to sit down and say, okay, they're here. They could be here by this point. Okay. It also helps you find what they're missing to develop. So you evaluate them and you kind of figure out, okay, what do they need to get started? And it also helps you equip them with what they need. So you evaluate where they're lacking, and then you can say, oh, I know she really struggles with personal development. I'm going to send her an audio CD. Okay, different things like that. So maybe they are a new coach who hasn't done anything with technology. Like maybe they're just not tech savvy. So maybe they need your help just even navigating the back office, whereas someone who is tech savvy may not be something that they need. So you have to evaluate each coach so that you know their strengths, their weaknesses, where they're going to need help, where they're rock stars, okay? Every single coach is so important with this evaluation, like I said, because they're individuals. Everyone's not the same, so you have to know where to go with each person. When evaluating, there are two things you need to consider when you're doing this. Number one, knowledge. What do they need to succeed? So what information is vital at this point to get to them and where they want to go? So if they're a brand new coach who their goal is to just cover their Shakeology, okay, well then they need to understand that they selling challenge packs, like they need to understand that. Maybe their goal is to be a diamond coach. Okay, well, what information do they need so that they know that they can go diamond? And then number two, you need to look at their desire. Do you know their why? Do they know their why? So if you know their why, you can help keep them on track. Because you can say, well, you can just keep talking to them about them and it's personal. It's not like this manager thing. You're genuinely just like, hey, I know this is your goal. How's it working? Okay. Also, another thing with desire is, are they showing up for team calls? Do you constantly see their names on your team calls? Are they participating as much as possible in the group setting? Are they interacting? Are they showing a desire to grow the business? Because if they are, then they should be probably part of your dream team. Next, you need to model for them. You need to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk. If you talk about the importance of recruiting, but aren't recruiting yourself, you're sending mixed signals to your coaches. If you're telling them that personal development is vital for a reason, then by golly, you better be reading your personal development. The best way to inform others is to show them, right? Success leaves clues, so they're going to model after you. So if your team is struggling in a certain area, you need to step back and say, well, is that because I'm not modeling for them? Am I not showing up on those team calls? Am I not stressing the importance of the 3 vital behaviors? Where do I need to model and improve? Be your perfect team member. You wrote down your perfect team member. Are you that person? Do you match everything that you're looking for? Show them the way. Don't tell your coaches they need to check in with their progress and then you never check in. Like that's not going to go very far. So you have to model for them. You also need to give them permission to succeed. And I know this sounds really funny, like, okay, they're adults, they're coaches, like why? Okay, you have to help others believe they can succeed and that you want them to succeed. First off, you need to expect it. If you have an expectation for your team to be successful, they'll know it. I have coaches who come to me all worried that they're letting me down because they haven't reach something that they thought they were going to get to, or they're not doing something that they were planning on doing. And I'm not let down. I'm not. But at the same time, they know I expect greatness. They know I see greatness in them and I see potential in them. And so there's this little bit of stress or pressure that I'm not placing on them, that they're placing on themselves, because they know I genuinely want them to succeed. I know that they can do it. And that's how my coach is. I feel pressure. I don't want to let her down because I know what she sees in me and I know what she expects from me. And secondly, you need to verbalize. So it's not enough just to believe in them. You need to tell your team that you believe in them. Tell them often. Send encouraging notes. Little gifts go a long way, even if it's nothing major. Like, don't feel like you have to send these elaborate gifts. It can be something simple. Just to know that they care, even just a little card. You could pull out a cute little card, and write on the back and send it to them. Once people recognize that you genuinely care and are committed to them, they will start to believe in what they are doing too. Next, you need to transfer authority to them. Okay, this sounds silly because this is a work your own business, but offer your coaches the opportunity to intern with you in a fitness challenge. Because coaches don't want to mess up when they're first starting out and they're scared to fail and they don't know what they're supposed to be doing and it's overwhelming. There's a ton of information. So offer that opportunity to them. Allow them to give input and start working and start to work on coaching others while knowing you're kind of there to help them. Offer to be a shadow in their groups if they're still really scared about going on their own, but transfer that authority so that they step into this role. If you're going out of town, message one of your coaches asking them to keep one of your groups running while you're gone. Chances are they'll be honored that you thought of them. Like my coach Breezy, when she had her baby, I was a brand new coach, and she asked me if I would help her with one of her groups, and I was so nervous and excited that she had trusted me to watch over a group of hers. And so that was a good experience for me. Also, publicly recognize them. So not only are you recognizing them behind the scenes, you're recognizing them in person. If they're rocking it out as a coach, make it known on your team page, their personal page, or give them a shout out on your own page. Let them know you're taking notice of what they're doing. Spotlight an amazing post that they create or a group that they're hosting. The little things, like I said, go a long way. And if they recognize that you recognize what they're doing, they get a sense of accomplishment. Give feedback. This can be hard. As coaches, we need to be coaches to our downline, not just cheerleaders. It's easy to just say, "You're doing great, keep going, you're awesome." But sometimes we have to give our honest opinion. Try and put it delicately, but let them know why you think certain things are going on. If they're not hitting Success Club and they're stressed about it, and you know it's because they're not doing personal development, you need to mention that. They'll appreciate it. If they know it's coming from a place of genuine caring and love, they'll be open to it. Always ask their permission to give honest feedback though, because you can say, "Hey, I wanted to talk to you about something that I've recognized. Would you, is it okay if we talk about it? It may not be something great that you want to hear. It's not bad, but I just wanted to know." If they say no, chances are they already know what you're going to say. Like, sometimes I'm doing something and I'm like, "Don't even tell me about it. I know. I know what I'm doing wrong." So be sure you're setting your coaches up for success and not just cheering them on. And then release them to continue. And this sounds silly too, but so many coaches are so scared to branch off and do their own thing. Like, chances are you probably did not have a coach page or a team page until I mentioned that you should do that, because it's scary. You're being vulnerable. You're stepping out into this unknown. And so I know I've struggled with that. I like reassurance to know that what I'm doing is right. But honestly, there's no right way to run this business. And duplicate what you're given by your upline and just be you. Take it and run with it. Your coaches signed up and trusted you to make sure that they're spreading their wings and slowly working into leadership. It's like, you don't want your kids to live with you forever, right? Most people do not. You want your children to grow and learn in the years that they live with you. And then you want to release them into society to be these amazing human beings that you have helped create them to be. Right? Same with your coaches. I mean, it's great for them to host a challenge with you, but if they're never going to host their own challenge, you've got to release them. Encourage them to host their own challenge groups. Encourage them to create fitness community. Help them to see that they can succeed on their own. Another thing that I want to talk about with releasing them is coaches will come to you with questions, and it's so easy to just give the answer. So easy to just give them the answer. They want a phone number, you just give it to them, right? The best thing you can do to help release them is say, I think you can find the phone number located on the bottom of the bag. Or, FAQ, coachfaq.com is a great resource. I think it's here. And help direct them so that when another question pops up, they go, oh yeah, Coach FAQ, I know this. Okay, so help them. Don't just give them all the answers, because when you end up with a huge downline, you can't be answering all these questions. So empowerment helps individuals become more confident, energetic, productive. You do not want to have a bunch of coaches who can't do anything without holding your hand. Part of this business is the freedom to schedule your time, so make sure you are raising coaches who will one day leave the nest and fly. Today's assignment is to start empowering your team, and I'll see you tomorrow for our final day.